Hello, welcome to NOLA Stamping. I'm Barb Baldwin, and today we're doing another crafty copycat creations. It's a new month, so we're playing around with a new different project. So this month we're exploring all things bookbinding. So it's a fun fold kind of card where one side is adhered down, making like a little spine for the card. Okay, so we're going to make a Z-fold version of a bookbinding card. So today we're going to need the card base. So for that, we're going to grab a piece of fresh freesia cardstock, and that needs to be 4 1/4 inch by 11 inches long. And then we're going to score it at 2 1/8 inch, 4 1/4, and then 5 1/2 inches. And today I'm using the 8 1/2 by 11 cardstock, but you could also use the two-tone cardstock instead. So we're gonna need, besides that first piece that's 4 1/4 by 11, we're also gonna need a piece that's 4 1/4 inches tall by 3 1/4 inch wide. So today I am using the lovely and beautiful pattern paper. And we're going to use that for the decoration on the sides. So we're going to need one piece that is 4 inches tall. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut it by 4 inches. And then we're going to need 2 pieces that are 1 inch wide. And then one piece that is 3 inches wide. So for the 3 inch wide part, I'm going to use like this nice metallic paper, just because it'll tie in nicely. And then we'll get the yellow checks on the side to sort of like just show it off. And then I'm also going to be using the lovely and beautiful paper, like a piece like that is a larger flower. And we're just going to cut that out like using our scissors. You could also use a die cut there instead, but I thought that the paper is really pretty. It's got like a bunch of metallic accents on it. So I thought that would be nice. So also we're going to do a little 1/8 inch frame on everything. So we're going to cut a piece of white willow cardstock. So we'll need a piece for the interior sentiment panel. So that is going to be 4 1/8 inch by 3 1/8 inch. And then we'll also need a piece for the bookbinding side that is 4 1/8 inch tall by 1 1/8 inch wide. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the card base. So we'll take that piece that's 4 1/4 by 11 inches, and so you fold it in half, and then fold back creating the bookbinding bit, and then fold the last fold back over that. So it feels counterintuitive, but all of those folds will work perfectly together. So one of the things that I love about the bookbinding fold is that you can so easily add just like a little bit of ribbon on that little spine, and it makes it so much easier to add like ribbon to that. So what I like to do is tie the ribbon like kind of in the middle, and then sort of place where it's going to go, add a little bit of adhesive on the ends, and then just trim off the ribbon. And then it will just adhere there. You don't have to go all the way around, so you can save a little bit of ribbon. And I am using a white gold ribbon on that. And then I am going to, I didn't put any adhesive on the front, because what we're going to do is take that white and a little bit of pattern paper that's like 1 inch and 1 1/8 inch wide, and then we're gonna put that underneath the spine there. So we're just gonna add a little bit of tape runner to the back of that white piece after it's built up, and then just slide it underneath the ribbon, and then later on we'll put the like a dimensional underneath it in order to make it stay in place. Okay, let's get to stamping. So you may have noticed that one of my recent favorite stamp sets is the Spring Scenes stamp set. And so instead of using any of the circles, We're just gonna not use any of the dies that go along with it. We're just gonna use the stamp set. And I love the little sentiment, you brighten my day, and the sending lots of sunshine. So I stamped those both in the fresh freesia, and then I'm going to second generation stamp some little flowers for the interior sentiment. Don't forget, we're going to have like 1 inch down the right hand side. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that everything is over about 1 inch if you're centering anything. And then I'm just going to take a tape runner and go ahead and attach that little piece to the right hand side. We're just going to give it a little bit of an 1/8 inch border on that right hand side. So that'll be perfect. And we're going to go ahead and attach that to the interior of the card. So I'm using the tape runner again, and I'm just again going to mimic that same 1/8 inch border all the way on the side. And I'm just eyeballing it and then putting it in there. And so that is the card base. In order to make it the Z-fold card, we're going to add the last little bit. So we should have 3 pieces left. The 3 1/4 inch fresh freesia, and then the pieces that go on top of it. So we're again going to mimic that same 1/8 inch border all the way around. So we're going to just attach all 3 of our little sheets of paper, and make it like one. All 3 of them together really makes it a nice solid piece, so it'll feel like part of the card base. And so we want to attach that to the card base, sort of in the center there. So we're only going to put the adhesive on that little flap, making sure not to get any of the adhesive over on the sides. And then we're just going to go ahead and center that little 3 1/4 inch piece there in the center. And then that makes it so it's a little bit of a Z, so that card will just open and close easily that way. So next we're just going to cut out that sending lots of sunshine sentiment. And I want to sort of put that as like a little banner across the front of the card. So I'm just going to trim down the edges. It should be about 1 inch so that we can get all of the wording on there. So I cut that at 1 inch, and then I'm cutting a piece of fresh freesia about 1/4 of an inch larger, so that way we can do another 1/8 of an inch border all the way around it. And what I like to do is create a little dovetail on the side for the banner. So everything's going to be about 1/8 of an inch bigger, right? But then I want the dovetail to be exactly the same. So what I like to do is trim up the little extra white bits with my little snips or scissors. And then since I want the dovetail to be exactly the same, I'm going to line up the 2 pieces, sort of at the bottom. And then I'm going to dovetail them both at the same time, like cutting up through the center, and then cutting in from each corner to that center cut. And then when it is complete, because I accounted for that 1/8 of an inch border all the way around, it'll have like that nice border, and the dovetail will be exactly the same without having to worry about lining it up or anything like that. So I want to put it on the front cover of the card, but I feel like it needs like a little flower or something. You could, at this point in time, like die cut if you wanted to die cut out a flower, or if you had another one. But that same paper pack had like these larger flowers, and I was like, oh, that might be kind of cool, like underneath as a little flower. And it's just about the perfect size. So I'm just gonna trim down. I took one of the flowers off of one of the corners of a piece of paper that I hadn't used yet, And I'm just going to go ahead and attach that to my card front using regular adhesive. And then it's just sort of finding where it's going to go. And then I'll use some dimensionals to pop up that little banner that we just built, making sure to cover up that bottom of the flower. And now it's just time for embellishments. I am using an old set of dots. They're the frosted iridescent dots, but they are retired now. So that's perfect for using them all up. So I put a ton on there because the color goes nicely with the fresh freesia. And then I'm just going to go ahead and grab a couple of those Stampin' Dimensionals to put underneath the ribbon to sort of secure it into place. And then looking at the card, I was like, oh, I first generation stamped those little flowers. I was like, that might be kind of cool to bring it in because it would tie in like all of the different colors together and give it a little bit more embellishment on the card front. So I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut one out and then just sneak it behind that flower. And then I'm going to cut another one out and just put it over on that second bookbinding side. Like the two different sides of the card really like mimic each other. So since the one side has the ribbon on it, I thought it'd be nice to just add another little flower on there. And that is it. Like that card came together really nice and quick. And I love the little wow factor. And I love the bookbinding part to it. Like it adds the extra place for you to tie a ribbon around it. So I really love this fun fold, and I cannot wait to see your version of it. Don't forget to post a photo up on the public Facebook group Crafty Copycat Creations. Thanks again for making this card along with me, and don't forget to stay crafty.